How's it going, patrons? A little bit of house cleaning. Just going to talk about the renovations and the YouTube membership tab. First of all, the renovations. Yes, we got knocked back by the bank. As the builder said, when he likes to draw a plan or design a house, you go for the schmicko, the ultimate, what you want. You draw that, put it on paper, take it to the bank, and then from there you cut back. So what we've decided to do is, what we plan to do to begin with, is have the builder do all the technical stuff that we can't really handle, all the structural engineering, do the bathroom. We could do the bathroom ourselves, but I prefer to get a professional to do it. I've seen some DIY bathrooms go pretty spare due to poor waterproofing, so we'll let him do that. Yeah, so basically he's going to build upstairs, extend that, lift the house, concrete underneath it, do all the structural work. And what we'll end up doing is fitting out the majority of downstairs ourselves. He'll build the back stairs that lead down to the bottom floor. He'll also build in a toilet and a laundry, encase that or enclose that in some makeshift walls. And then Bianca and I, at our leisure, will frame up, put the weatherboards on, put the gyprock on, put the kitchen in downstairs, build my workshop and all that sort of stuff at a later date or progressively. That's pretty much all how it's going at the moment. The builder's taken the plans away again. He's downsizing them, then we'll take them to the building designer so he can do the drawings. I'm pretty sure all the engineering stuff we're signed off on, we don't have to submit that again. It'll just be getting the final altered drawings back from the designer. And then, yeah, we're good to go back to the bank, and we're going to save ourselves a sizable amount of money by doing it this way. So that's where we are with the renovations. I will be holding a hangout for everyone on Patreon as well this coming weekend. I just got to check with Bianca about what we're doing Sunday first, but yeah, I'll pop the link up on Patreon in the next couple of days. So now on to the YouTube membership tab and how it affects you folks here on Patreon. Now, I've been a bit slack with the way that the tiers have been set out here on Patreon. Pretty much all just posted everything to the wall and kept the early release exclusive for you second tier and above, and the Zoom Hangouts exclusive for you third tier and above folks. So I'm going to have to stick to my guns a little bit more, sorry guys. The photos and the little bits and pieces that are unique to Patreon, first tier and all Patreons will have access to that content. The second tier, which is the $3 tier and above, you'll be getting these videos and the early release still. And the third tier, the $5 and above folks, you'll be getting the pictures, these short videos, early access, and the Zoom Hangout still. For you folks who are just on the lower tiers, you'll be seeing these clips just for the next week. I'll continue to post them free for everyone on Patreon, and then they will go just to the second tier and above folks. So sorry, it's just something I need to do. The reason being is these videos will also be offered up to the folks over on the YouTube membership tab, so those folks will have access to them as well. And it doesn't make sense to allow everyone to have a look at them over here on Patreon and then charge these guys substantially more to have access to the same content. So I do hope you understand. If you do have any problems, you know, send me a message and I'll or comment underneath this, and we'll have a bit of a chat about it. But it is something I really do need to police a little bit more. Sorry, folks. Ultimately, I would like to remove it all and put it through a page on the website and get rid of Patreon and YouTube and just have it all one centralized place so I can offer distinctly unique perks for everyone. But for this point in time, it will just have to be YouTube and Patreon. Yeah, so I hope that just clears up that way why you might not be able to see these clips in about a week's time. I haven't made the YouTube membership function public yet. I'll probably do that later on tonight or tomorrow morning. So, and the reason why I'm doing it, by the way, in case you don't know, is I have had people who don't want to join the Patreon platform for a few different reasons. Some people just don't want another site to have to visit. Other people have other opinions of Patreon and don't want to join, but they said they would join up over through the YouTube membership tab. So it actually works out better for me to have people join through Patreon. But yeah, I thought I'd open up that little bit of a avenue for them. Plus, I do need to give them perks and value for money, so I do hope you guys understand. So that's the renovation and the perks. I did come down and shoot this earlier, but I've got a bad sinus infection. You probably heard on the clip I posted this morning. I'm not feeling too good, but I just stuffed up the explanation and totally forgot to mention the renovation, so I have to come down and shoot it again. Anyway, we'll spin the camera around and give you a bit of a look at the flowers on the lime tree. So here we go, folks. This is what the lime tree has done. She has absolutely exploded in flowers. We've got a couple of small fruit that have already set, and yeah, just loads more that are just coming through. You might be able to make out a couple of small fruit over there. I mean, the majority of these guys are going to fall off, that's a given, but I still think we're in for one heck of a crop. There's a couple of small limes we still have yet to harvest, just one there and another one over the back. And just to show you as well, the foliar feeding and the minerals I've been adding to the ground look to have worked. The new growth is coming out nice and clean, like those ones there. Some more new growth there, so I'm really chuffed with that. But anyway, I thought I'd give you that little bit of a look at the lime tree at the end here. And there's our little goldfish, Lee. That's the last surviving one that you dropped around. Seems to be doing okay. And we also do have a number of firetail gudgeons in there still, but they're grey with a little bit of red flashing on their dorsal fin, but you can't really see them, or top fin. So yeah, and look at all the lime flowers in there. Probably should skim those guys out. But anyway, that's a bit of an update, just a bit of a roundup on what's going on with the renovations and the new YouTube members tab. A bit of a gander at some flowering trees. So I do hope you're all well and happy, patrons, and I'll catch you online. Cheers, folks.